everyone, we meet again today. Today we are going to learn another new topic from the theme Health and Environment. The topic is called Healthy Lunchbox. So by the end of the lesson, pupils should be able to, number one, to identify the types of food they could find from the comic. Number two, identify healthy and unhealthy food. Number three, to tell 3 ways to avoid food poisoning by using sentences beginning with you should, you must, or you have to. Let's begin our lesson now. In this activity, you are going to listen to an audio and identify the types of food you can find from the comic. And this comic is taken from your textbook, page 46 and 47. There are 4 pictures here. Okay, picture number 1. Then picture number 2. Picture number 3. And picture number 4. So while you are listening to the audio, you must listen carefully to identify 5 types of food mentioned in the comic.
What are you doing, Mama?
I am preparing lunch for you and your younger brother to have at school, Mei Ling.
You always prepare vegetables and fruits for us. Why is that, Mama?
Vegetables and fruits are good for your health because they contain a lot of vitamins, Mei Ling.
Oh, I see. But what about chicken, Mama? Can I still eat it?
You can have chicken too, just like fish and meat. But you should take them moderately
Why so, Mama?
because taking too much of anything is bad for your health.
Okay, just now you already listened to the audio between Mei Ling and her mother. Now you need to copy the dialogue like what I show here in the slide. You can copy the dialogue from your textbook, page 46 and 47. And then you need to underline the types of food. There are 5 types of food mentioned in the dialogue. Now let's look at some words that I already highlighted here. Contain. Okay, what is the meaning of contain? Contain means to have something inside. So in the dialogue, the mother said, vegetables and fruits are good for your health because they contain a lot of vitamins. So contain means another word is have. Okay, because they have a lot of vitamins. So in the dialogue here, the types of food mentioned here is vegetables and fruits. Okay, so there are 2 types of fruits mentioned here. So you underline them in your dialogue. Okay, now let's look at the next part of the dialogue between Mei Ling and her mother. Now look at the highlighted word here, moderately. Okay, what is the meaning of moderately? Moderately means staying within limits. Now let's look at what the mother said. You can have chicken too, just like fish and meat, but you should take them moderately. So it means that we can always take chicken, fish and meat whenever we want, but we cannot eat too much and we cannot eat too little. Moderately means that we must make sure that the quantity, the numbers that we take is just right for our body. Okay, it must be balanced. So in this dialogue again, you can see that the mother also mentioned another 3 types of food, which is chicken, fish, and meat. So these are the types of food that you need to underline in the dialogue. Okay, this is the live worksheet for healthy or unhealthy food. It can be taken from this link, https://www.liveworksheet.com/hl825368xp. I will share this link in the slide later, and you can try to do this activity. Now let me show you how to do this live worksheet. There are two activities. Activity 1 is match the words to the pictures. Activity 2 is write healthy or unhealthy. Now let's try to match the words first to the picture given. Okay, here we are given carrots, so we look for carrots. And then we have butter. We have apple, hot dog, tomato, grapes, water, milk, ketchup. Ketchup is the tomato sauce. French fries, fried eggs, olive oil, watermelon, hamburger, cherries, fish, meat, nuts or hazelnuts, beer, biscuits. Okay, we have finished matching all the words to the pictures given. Now we shall look at activity 2, where we write healthy or unhealthy for each food given. Now let's look at milk. Milk can give us a lot of nutrients that can build stronger body, stronger bone, or stronger teeth. It helps us to keep fit and strong, so milk is healthy. So we just type healthy. Grapes are fruits, so we can eat more grapes because it gives us a lot of vitamins, so it's healthy. French fries are fast food which contains a lot of salt, and too much of salt is not good, so this is unhealthy. Butter, we can eat a little bit of butter but not too much, so taking a lot of butter is not good because it will give us a lot of too much fat to our body, so this is unhealthy. Hamburger is fast food, so this is unhealthy because it also contains a lot of salt. Apple is healthy because it gives us a lot of vitamin C. Ketchup or tomato sauce is unhealthy because it contains a lot of salt also, and sometimes it contains a lot of sugar, which is not good for our body. Hot dog is also unhealthy because it is fast food, which contains a lot of salt and other preservatives. Tomato is good for our body. It is healthy. It gives us a lot of vitamin. Biscuits, we can eat biscuit for tea time, but we cannot take biscuits, too much of biscuit, because biscuit can also contain salt and also some sugar. So if we take a lot of biscuits every day, it's not good for our body. So this is unhealthy. Nuts or hazelnuts, this is healthy because it gives us a lot of vitamin, nutrients to our body, especially to our skin. Olive oil is a good oil which does not contain bad oil or bad fat to our body. It's very good for cooking. Beer is not good for our body, so this is unhealthy. Carrots contains a lot of vitamin, so this is healthy. Fried eggs. Eggs are very good for us, but if we always fry the eggs, it will contain more oil and fat to our body. So taking too much of fried eggs is not good. So this is unhealthy. Fish is healthy to our body. It gives us a lot of vitamin. Water is very important to our body, so it's healthy for our body. And make sure that the water is clean. And meat gives us a lot of protein to build muscle, so this is healthy. Watermelon is healthy because it gives us a lot of vitamin. Cherries are also healthy because it contain a lot of vitamin. So once you have finished everything, scroll down and click finish. Scroll up, then you click check my answers. Scroll up again, then you will get your marks here. So we get full marks, 10 out of 10. Then it shows that all our answers are correct. So you can try to do this worksheet again by using the link that I share later. And you can try to do it until you get full marks. And from this activity, from this live worksheet, you will be able to identify healthy or unhealthy food. Now let's look at how to avoid food poisoning. Now before I share with you steps on how to avoid food poisoning, let's understand the meaning of food poisoning here. Okay, what is food poisoning? Now food poisoning happens when we get sick after we have eaten the food. Maybe the food is not fresh, or the food is already contaminated with germs or bacteria. So we do not know about that and we just add the food, and what happens is our body will get sick. We will get stomach ache. Maybe we'll get nauseous where we feel like we want to vomit, and we keep on going to the toilet. We don't feel well, and maybe we have fever. So we better go and see the doctor if we have this kind of symptoms. So this is what we call food poisoning. Food poisoning will happen when the food is not clean and it is contaminated or it is full with bacteria. Now, let's look at the first step on how to avoid food poisoning. First of all, you must wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water. The water can be warm or cold, and then you must dry them to dry your hand. Okay, the second step to avoid food poisoning is to wash dishcloths and tea towels regularly and let them dry before you use them again. Okay, so this is the dishcloth or the tea towel that your mother is using to dry the plates or dry any kitchen utensils. So before you use the dishcloth or tea towels, you must make sure that they are clean. If they are not clean and you use it to dry the plate, the spoon, the fork, or anything in the kitchen, then it will be dirty and it will be full of germs or bacteria, and this can also cause food poisoning. Okay, you must also use a separate chopping board, okay, to prepare raw food such as meat and fish. So this is the chopping board that we can use for fruits and vegetables only. And then if you want to cut raw meat or fish, you can use another chopping board like this. Okay, so this is for raw meat or fish. So we don't use the same chopping board to cut fruits and vegetables, raw meat and fish together. Okay, next you must cook food thoroughly until steaming hot. So if you don't want to get any food poisoning, make sure that you cook the food hot until you can see all the steam coming out. All this steam coming out, it shows that the food is hot. Okay. Now, if you eat salad, salad is cold, right? Cheese, certain cheese are also mostly are cold. So if your body is not strong enough, you might get food poisoning. So to be safe, you should always try to eat hot food instead of cold food. Okay, this is the most important thing that we must do to avoid food poisoning. We must check the expiration dates on food before purchasing and again before preparing. So what are the expiration dates? We can see expiration dates like this on any food that we buy from the supermarket or even from the wet market. Okay, it can be in the form of a packet or in the form of canned food. So first we have to look at the manufacturing date. Manufacturing date tells us when they produce the food. So the date given here is 14 January 2021. And the expiring date or the expiry date is 14 January 2026. So this year is 2021, and let's say you bought this food and you can keep this food for 5 years because it says that it will only expire on 2026. So you can keep this food for 5 years, and you must eat this food before 14 January 2026, because if you eat the food on the 20 January 2026, then you will get food poisoning because the food already turned bad and it's not fresh and not safe to be eaten anymore. Okay, now you can practice telling your friends what they can do to avoid food poisoning. You can begin your sentence with you should, you must, or you have to. Okay, let's look at sentence number 1. You should wash your hands thoroughly with soap and water, warm or cold, and dry them. Sentence number 2. You must wash dishcloths and tea towels regularly and let them dry before you use them again. Sentence number 3. You have to use a separate chopping board to prepare raw food such as meat and fish. Sentence number 4. You should cook food thoroughly until steaming hot. And the last one, sentence number 5. You must check the expiration dates on food before purchasing and again before preparing. So you can practice these sentences with your friend, telling them how to avoid food poisoning. So that's the end of the lesson for today, and I hope that you have already learned what are the healthy food and the unhealthy food for our body and how to avoid food poisoning.